Gear up, scooter fam. All right, so for the next video in our series of Black Friday matchup videos between two scooters in the same price range, roughly that compete well with each other, so the specs aren't too crazy. If I put two scooters together, that one was clearly different or would outdo the other, and there would be kind of a no-brainer situation. So I try to meet, at least give you some thoughts, something to consider, something that might be a little closer to the same. All right. Today we're going to be looking at the Segway GT2, which just came back into stock. I was considering doing another video on the Burn E2, but the Burn E2 is now out of stock. So if you're hoping on the Burn E2, it's out of stock for right now. The Nami Klimas both are out of stock, and the Burn E2 is out of stock as well. So right now, the Segway GT2 is back in stock, $24.99. That's what I was suspecting it would come back to. We'll see what happens after the first of the year. But $24.99, which is the lowest I've seen the GT2 at, and probably the right price for it to be. I think it's a good deal at $24.99 for sure. So let's and then I'll be looking at the Apollo Phantom 2.0 and comparing it to the GT2. That is the 52 volt version of the 2.0, which is around the same price and compares better with the GT2. So let's get into it. The Phantom 2.0 is $24.49 and the GT2 is $24.99. So a difference of about $50 there between the two. They both go in the 40s in miles per hour with the 2.0. Phantom going about 44, and the Segway GT2 topping out around 41. So they both are right in the 40 range for top speed. Their rated miles in range is also around 50 miles. Just over 50 miles at the top. So they probably both do not get 50 miles of range unless you ride around in the really slow modes. Sometimes like I do, then you might get close to 50 miles of range. They both are 52 volt systems. The Phantom 2.0 is a 27 amp hour and the GT2 is a 30 amp hour. They both are dual disc. The Phantom 2.0 has regen, and the GT2 is a disc, but they're also hydraulic. So the GT2 has dual hydraulic brakes, and the Phantom 2.0 has dual disc and regen brakes. The 60 volt version of the Phantom does have hydraulic brakes. For the 2.0, they do have dual 1500 watt motors, and the GT2 has dual 1560 watt motors. So roughly the same. They both have 11-inch tubeless tires that are puncture resistant. The Phantom 2.0 uses a thumb throttle, and the GT2 uses a twist throttle. The Apollo Phantom 2.0 has an IP66 rating, and the GT2 has an IPX4 rating. The Apollo Phantom is just over 100 pounds and supports up to 330 pounds. The Segway GT2 comes in at close to 120 pounds and can also support 330 pounds. They are both UL listed. All right, so final thoughts. Looking at both of them, they're both great scooters. The Phantom 2.0, I believe the shipping date is early March. Something like that. It does say on here that this is Black Friday price, and that is to be the best price of the year guaranteed. I want to know how they guarantee it, and does that mean a price guarantee? So if it drops, you'll get the difference if you buy it. And are they talking about the end of 2024 or are they saying 12 months, or are they talking about 2025? So I'll be keeping track either way, and we'll watch the price of the Phantom 2 as the year goes on and see where it goes up and goes down to, and see if we would theoretically have to cash in that guarantee or find out what to do. And if you do buy it, of course, I'll keep you posted on where the price goes to. All right. No question about it. So there are things I like about the Phantom. There are things I like about the Segway. The GT2. I like the regen brakes. I know on these types of scooters, you definitely want to have dual disc or hydraulic brakes. Going the types of speed these scooters go, prefer to have hydraulic. They both have 11-inch tubeless tires with puncture resistance. They're both 1500 watt motors. I do like the thumb throttle better than the twist throttle. I could live with either one. IPX4 is about as low as it goes, and the IP66 is really decent. The Phantom's a little easier to haul around at 100 pounds versus 120, and they're both listed. At this point, you know, the Phantom 2.0 doesn't ship until March. There's some question marks still, I think, around some things as far as like ride quality. I mean, I'm sure it's an Apollo, but just as far as like it's a new Apollo, it's a new Phantom, you know, just kind of how it feels and so forth. Certainly at the 40 mile an hour range. The Segway GT2 is solid all the way up to 40 miles an hour, no problem. I know that for sure. I can live with the twist throttle. There are things I like about both, but at this moment, if I'm pressed and I got both of them, and I'm looking at both of them, and they're both really close to the same price, I'm gonna go with the GT2. The GT2 is my personal choice in this case. It's not as exciting as the 2.0. I believe it's a slightly better value than the 2.0. I think you get a little bit more for the money. I mean, they're really close. You know, there's no question about it. They're both good scooters. I don't know. The GT2 is just a little bit more to it. I know it outweighs it, but it's also more, you know, very. It's hard to say because the 2.0 hasn't been tested, but my guess is that it will be a lot more stable. It's heavier, probably rides more like a street scooter. But the Phantom 2.0, I'm sure, is great. Now I can't wait to hear more about it. I would go either way. If I mean, they're close in $50, but if the price difference was a little bit more, such as the Segway went up another $100, or the Phantom 2.0, which I don't see going because it's brand new, going down maybe $100. That would be, you know, something that would sway me. But as it is currently, the Segway GT2 would be my choice. If you found this content helpful and you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe. And happy riding.